Hey there. Hey, you two. Hey, hi, hi. Hi. Hey guys, so I felt like vlogging today. I got some stuff going on. I haven't vlogged in a few days, or like a week, because I lost my voice. I had a really bad cough. I wasn't like super sick, I just had like a cold and a cough, and the combination just made my voice very, I was like, I was like squeaking a lot. And then it snowed. We had like a winter mini blizzard thing. And that was fun. So me and the kids play in the snow, which I did a video on that, which I got a really good response on, which is awesome. I mainly just wanted like I wanted to be like a special home video for myself, and I shared it onto Facebook so that my family could see it, and a lot of people liked it on there too, so it's pretty cool. You know, I was going for like those 1960s classic, you know, like family films, because that's usually what, you know, when video cameras became, you know, to where people could actually take them home and stuff and do their own movies, first things people really videoed were their families. And so I've seen a lot of movies, you know, that were made nowadays, and you know, like they'll do like a memory lane type thing with one of the characters, and it always shows like, you know, them in that, you know, as them as kids in the 1960s with the cameras and everything. And it was just really cool. And because the YouTube video editor has that, I was like, oh, I want to do a 1960s theme. And then I found this amazing Christmas song by this guy named Mike Schmid. He has a beautiful voice. Some of his music I don't really care for. No offense, Mike. But the Christmas lullaby song, I think it's just called Lullaby, Christmas is Here. Beautiful. I love it. It's so beautiful and makes me cry inside. So yeah, there's been a lot of that. Hopefully my camera's funky. I wrote a list. I do that like before I go to bed, the night before I know I'm gonna vlog. My hair's all funky. I usually write down a bunch of things I want to vlog about, so I don't forget them, because otherwise I'm so scatterbrained. So yeah, got some stuff on here. So my friend Amanda's coming over today. I'm so excited. Oh, you notice my hair? I love my hair because I'm able to do this thing where I took a shower and I put my hair in the ponytail up here and just slept in it, and now I have like this faux hawk thing going on. It's all natural. I didn't have to use any product or nothing. And then I did have my bangs over this way like I normally do, but it was kind of cool in the middle, even though it's poking me in my eye, and that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I was like, that's nifty. Living dangerously, doing things new. Anyway, so yeah, my friend Amanda's coming over. I never get to see her. I see her like once every like 4 or 5 months if I'm lucky. And she happened to be off today, so she was like, hey, can I come over and hang out? I was like, yeah, totally. And we were like forever ago, we were talking about doing these like penguins that you make out of bottles. So you make them out of these, you know, regular Coke bottles or whatever. My husband drinks Coca-Cola and like Big Red like crazy. So I just rinsed them out, cleaned them out, whatever, and then I just stored those. And you need 2 to make 1 penguin, so I have like 8 because I wanted to save one for Nora to make, because I know she would like to do that. And you paint them, and it looks really cute. I'm gonna try and do a tutorial, maybe. I'm not really good with tutorials, mainly because I don't have the capability of, what do you call it, voiceover. I don't have one of those little microphone things that you can voice over, and I don't know if YouTube would let me do that. I'm not really sure. So I'm just, you know, everything I have is really old, and so I'm surprised I can make some of the videos that I do make. If it weren't for YouTube video editor, I wouldn't be able to make very much. But even then, it's pretty limited to what I would like to do, which is kind of lame. So anyway, so yeah, we're gonna make bottle penguins. That's gonna be so much fun. And then, like, fate. We have been waiting for season 2 of American Horror Story to come up on Netflix for a freaking ever. They're already on season 3. I don't know why it took so long. Well, apparently season 2 had finally come on Netflix, like 2 days ago, and I was like, it's fate! It's fate! Because that's like the one thing, the one show, one movie, whatever, that me and Amanda cannot watch without each other. I think it's because we started watching the first one together, and it was one of those things, like, we tried watching it without each other, and it just felt weird, so we decided, like, that would be our one thing that we would, whenever she would come over, we would just watch it. And, we've actually been really good about that. Like, normally we're like, oh, I'm going to wait for you to watch this movie, and then I'm terrible, and I'll watch it without her, and I feel really bad. But this was, like, the one thing that I was actually willing to wait, because it was so exciting, and we would get so into it, so I was like, I don't want to do it without you, because it's, like, our thing. So we're totally going to watch that today, too, which I'm super excited. I don't know exactly when she's going to come by, so if it's before Nora gets home, we can watch it before then, and then if she stays really late, we can watch it afterwards. But it's kind of hard to do. It's not really appropriate for kids. It's kind of scary. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I don't know why it took so long. That's the one thing I don't like about Netflix, is that, like, I love the variety sometimes. Sometimes they have really lame movies on there. But it's all, like, you know, opinion. And, but some of the stuff, like, when it comes to seasons, it drives me crazy because it takes forever. The only thing it doesn't take forever on is its original series stuff, which I'm really hoping they do a season 2 of Hemlock Grove, but I'm not really sure if they will or not. That's a Netflix original. If you haven't watched that, give it a try. It was not what I expected. It's basically a werewolf show, right? And you're thinking, God, how many freaking vampire and werewolf shows do I need to watch for me to finally be interested again? Because after Twilight, I don't know, I was just really sick of all of it. The only other werewolf or, you know, vampire thing I was actually into was Teen Wolf, the TV series. It was surprisingly pretty good. The first season was like, you're sort of getting into it, and you're like, okay, this is interesting. The second season was actually, it picked up really well, and it was actually pretty good. So, that's one of the few shows that's still, like, supernatural related that I'm actually into. Otherwise, I'm really sick of that genre. I'm just like, vampires, werewolves, vampires, they're all extremely sexy, and I don't know why. I'm like, dude, if a werewolf dude's coming after me, I'm gonna be like, holy shit, werewolf guy, run for your lives. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's really cute, can I pet him? Should I give him a treat? What the hell, people? Like, I just wish it was a little more realistic than, like, ooh, hot vampire guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure deep down every girl would be like, holy shit, he's gonna eat my face off. Not like, ooh, he's cute. I mean, realistically, sure, in the movies it's okay to dream about it because, you know, it's not real. But still, I mean, people just get really retarded about it. And, basically, so this Hemlock Grove thing, it's really cool. It takes a more realistic approach to the werewolf, which I found really interesting. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm just going to say, like, it's not what you expect. It's not like, ooh, werewolves, real hot and sexy, vampires, real hot and sexy, It's more about, actually, it was more like a drug-induced, like, crazy, I don't know, like, trippy film, like, trippy series than anything. Everybody's on drugs, everyone's tripping out, and there's, like, a lot of mystery and murder and whodunit, who's the real werewolf, who's the one killing everybody, and all this stuff, and it's interesting. I mean, if that sounds interesting, like, I really don't like druggy films or movies, mainly because they have such sad, horrible endings, and I'm just one of those people, like, I refuse to watch the movie Precious for the reason of I don't want to watch a depressing movie that's just going to make me sad and feel horrible about myself. As I know it got great reviews, I know it's probably like a fantastic movie. I'm sure it's a great movie. I'm sure I would probably like it and be like, oh wow, that was an amazing film. But I don't want to watch it because I don't want to cry for 5 days straight. It just sounds terrible to me. Like, I hate watching real life movies. You know what I mean? Like, I like murder mysteries and stuff, but I don't like really real gritty stuff because it's just hard for me to swallow, especially since, you know, I have kids now and everything, and I'm like super sensitive to like children getting hurt and like dogs. I don't care about adults so much, but I don't want children or animals should not be hurt. I'm like, every time me and my husband will watch like I don't know, like a murder film or some kind of slasher flick or whatever, we're just like, not the dog, not the dog, not the dog. Kill the human, not the dog. Like, we get so upset about that. It's kind of sad. Another good show on Netflix, which season 2 I believe is coming up soon, The Following. That is not an original series from Netflix. I'm not really sure what channel it's from. That's the thing about Netflix. You're not really sure where all these things come from. You're just like, this is an interesting show. It took me forever just to watch the first episode, which drove me crazy. I kept trying to watch it, and I saw like the first 5 minutes, and I was really into it, and I was like, ooh, I bet Andrew would like it. So I waited, and I showed him. He wasn't nearly as interested, which really drove me crazy. So I had to just wait to find time to actually watch it, and it's not really kid appropriate, so I had to wait until the kids were asleep, and I finally got to, like, I tried watching it like maybe 4 or 5 different times, and I finally was able to get through just the first episode, which drove me crazy. First of all, Kevin Bacon. Holy shit, I love Kevin Bacon. I know some people don't think he's that great of an actor, but I love him. I think he's awesome. And he's just cool. I don't know what it is. I loved him in Stir of Echoes and Footloose and a bunch of different stuff. Not such a big fan of Hollow Man. That one was weird. Mainly because he was like, you saw his, what do they call that? Like, heat vision? Yeah, heat vision. And you saw like his private area, his privates, as heat vision, because he's invisible. And I just thought that was really weird as a kid, because I saw it when I was like 11 or 12, and I was just like, what's that all about? So that was a weird movie, but it had an interesting idea, I guess. But yeah, Kevin Bacon, he's really cool in this one because he's like, he's damaged. He's got baggage. He's like that fallen hero, but he's not like a bad guy. He's just like, he's just wounded. And it's like, and one of the great things I love about this show, no powers. He doesn't have like a fancy ability of any kind. That's one of the annoying things about like all the newer shows nowadays, is because everyone's got like a freaking superpower. Like, you know, he can see ghosts, he can talk to the dead, and so he solves mysteries. Or he's got super vision where he can see through walls, or he's like super fast and can run crazy fast, or he's like, you know, all these like superpowers and stuff. I'm like, I would like to kind of watch something that's, I don't know, believable. And the bad guy is pretty cool. I feel bad, I don't know his name. But the bad guy, he's in a bunch of different stuff. Actually, he was in this really cool film that I also saw on Netflix called Solomon Kane. That is actually a pretty interesting movie. If you get out your sketch pen and stuff. Write Solomon Kane, SOLOMAN, and then KANE. I believe that's how you spell it. You know, it's the famous guy, Solomon Kane. It was actually pretty interesting. It took a whole... It was not what I expected. I was like, oh, it's like a... You know... a medieval killer warrior movie, but it turned out to be slightly different, and it was pretty cool. So if you're interested in that, give it a try. But yeah, Kevin Bacon. The following, I think the reason I like it so much is because by the time you get to the end of the episode, you're like, what? They throw something at you, and you're like, holy crap, that just happened? What? What's going on? Like, every time you think you know what's happening, they throw a curveball at you, and you're like, holy crap, what? What do you mean? Where did that come from? You're like, dude. So I love it because it's like, everything's a mystery, and I love, like, murder mystery stuff, so I'm just like, dude. Every time I think I know what's happening, they change it on me, and I'm, like, freaking out. So that's really cool. But yeah, Kevin Bacon, no powers and all dysfunctional. He's got like this heart issue. I think he needs a transplant or something, but he drinks like a freaking fish, and he like never sleeps, and he just refuses to let go because there's just a bunch of drama going on, and it's like the one guy he thought he put away escaped from prison, and he's like, you know, he's like Captain Ahab's white whale. You know, he thought he got him, but he didn't. So that kind of thing. And one thing I really hate about, seems like all the newer movies from like the past 10 years, why is it that the dialogue is super quiet? So you're like, I can't hear what anyone's saying. So you turn it up, and you're like, okay, now I can understand what they're saying. And then they're like, dun, 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 really loud music or sound effects. And you're like, dude, I got sleeping children. You're going to wake them up. And I'm like, it's late at night. I'm just trying to watch a freaking movie, and you won't let me because you have to have the dialogue super quiet and the music super freaking loud. It drives me crazy. I'm like, not everyone has like an amazing sound system or has like an indoor theater that they can listen to this shit really loud and not wake anybody up. It just, it really irks me. And I'm like, if I wanted to listen to like crazy ass sounds and dialogue or whatever, I'd go to the movie theater, but I am broke as shit, so I want to stay home and I want to listen to the freaking movie and I want to hear it, the dialogue and the music, without having to turn up and turn down, turn up and turn down every 5 minutes. That drives me crazy. I hate it. And yes, I'm like, why do you want me to wake up my kids? What's wrong with you people? Speaking of kids, I don't really like the neighborhood kids around here. Okay, so it's snowing, and the only hill in the neighborhood really is behind my house. Even though there's no one living next door, all the kids like to walk through my yard, and I was going to let it go because I thought, you know, it's snowing. We've had like 4 snow days, and I'm going to be nice because I know the kids just want to sled down there, and that's fine. Even though there's like a whole curve around there, that's plenty of hill, but they decided to go right behind my house. I'm not really sure why. But anyway, so I was going to be nice, and I was like, okay, you know, I'll let them walk in my yard. I have a lot of dog poop underneath a lot of snow, so I'm hoping they'll just step in it and fall, and that would be awesome, which I think one kid did, and I was pretty proud of myself. But I let it go. I'm not too terribly mean, and I was fine with it until last night. I found out I have a pine tree down the hill a little bit, and it's been like knocked over, and I know some of the kids have been accidentally running into it with their sleds, you know, on accident, and that's not a big deal, but someone had to have kicked it or knocked it or something purposefully or dug behind it, because it's almost flat on the ground. And I'm like, what the hell, guys? I was nice enough to let you slide down my house, behind my house, without any complaint. In fact, we hung out with some of the kids and went sledding with them. And most of them were avoiding the tree, so I know it was easy to avoid. I don't know why they kept trying to slide in front of it. And so now I'm pretty pissed off because my tree is falling over, and they broke one of my saplings down. But I was gonna let that one go because I didn't mean for that to grow. It just happened to grow next to one of our other trees, so I was like, oh, that's cool. But it was there this morning, or yesterday morning, when I took the dogs out, and then when I went back later that night, it was snapped in half. And I know some kid had to have broken it because it, it'd be different if it was snapped at the bottom where someone had maybe accidentally stepped on it, but it was in half, like in the middle of it. So that really ticked me off. But I let that one go until I saw my pine tree, and then I was really pissed. It's freaking disrespectful. And I know I sound probably like an old biddy, but I don't give a shit. You don't go into somebody's yard and break all their crap. It drives me nuts. So if I see any of those little bastards today, I'm going to give them a talking to. I'm like, look, you can't just come around my house and start breaking all my crap. I was nice enough to let you sled down there. Leave my shit alone. Not to mention people and their freaking dogs. Sometimes I really hate my neighborhood because the people are just such assholes. Like, there's this dog that's been running around. It's a big dog. I'm not really sure what kind of dog. I think it might be a pit. It's not a full-blood pit, though. It's like maybe a pit mix. Some sort of mutt. I don't know. Anyway, it's tall. This dog is huge. And he keeps running into my yard, which I don't like because I'll have my dogs with me, and I'm afraid he's going to try and mount one of them. And especially Millie, she'll claw his face off because she does not like to be... She's the more dominant of the two, so she does not like to be mounted or anything like that. And I'm worried he's going to come up and she's going to scratch him, and then he's going to lash out and scratch her or something. So I keep telling him to go home. I finally found out what the dog's name was, Thomas. And I'm like, hey, go home or whatever. He lives a couple doors down. And apparently they just let this dog do whatever the fuck it wants because it is constantly in my yard, shitting in my yard. And, I literally had to scare it off into their yard and shut their gate. They had their gate open. Like, it was no big deal. I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? I'm about to just take my dogs over there and let them shit in their yard and see how they like it. But I just think that's really rude. I'm like, tie him up or something if he keeps getting loose. They have a pretty low fence, so I know he could probably just hop over it if he wanted to. But it drives me crazy because it's like, take care of your shit. Leave my stuff alone. People are so annoying. I just want to punch them in the face. I already don't really like these people anyway because they're really rude and their kids are... I would let Nora play with her kids and stuff, and then she'd come home super dirty, or she'd be playing in something that she knows she's not supposed to be playing in. Like, she was going out behind the house into the wooded area, and I said, you're not allowed to be back there. And she's like, well, the girls were doing it. I'm like, I don't give a shit what the girls were doing it. You don't go back there. And that was driving me crazy. I'm like, just because those kids are doing it doesn't mean you should. And apparently they just teach her a bunch of bad habits. So there was one day in particular where she had walked off and gone to a person's house that I did not know because those girls knew this person, but I didn't know this person. And so I basically just put my foot down. I said, you are no longer allowed to play with them because every time you play with them, you do things you're not supposed to be doing, and you go off to people's houses that I don't even know. And that's just, no, we're not doing that anymore. So I hate kids and I hate the dogs around here because everyone just lets their dogs do whatever the heck they want. I get the cats. There's tons and tons of stray cats around here. That doesn't bother me because it's just they keep to themselves and they're never in my yard shitting. It's just this big ass dog drives me crazy. It's a nice dog. It's not like it's a mean dog, but I don't want him around my female dogs, and I don't want him crapping in my yard. I just think that's really disrespectful. Yeah. I don't know. If I see that dog in my yard again, I might just literally have my hand on its collar, drag it to their house, and be like, you know, give him a talking to, like, keep your dog in your yard or I'm gonna shoot it. I wouldn't really shoot a dog. That'd be terrible. I'd cry, but you know what I mean. I'd be really mad. I just hate how people are just so inconsiderate of others. So many things. Now I'm like heated and I don't want to talk about anything else because I just want to complain about that. I'm wanting to do a video on like a shoe lookbook. It's kind of cold right now though, and I prefer to film, if I want to film like my outfit outside, just because it's way better lighting. My house is kind of like a dungeon. We like it that way, but it's not really good for filming. And so I might wait till January, February to do it. I don't want to wait that long though. I don't know. I'll figure something out, but just don't expect it anytime soon. It'll be a while just because the weather's kind of crappy and I just prefer to film outside. I painted my nails this like bluish color, which I like, but I don't like it on. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of, Go away. Yeah, I'm probably going to repaint it. I don't know why I was expecting like an ice blue. I was like, I want to be all like Christmassy, wintry, like blues and whites and stuff. But it just was really, I don't know if you can see that. It's just not what I expected. It looks exactly like it did in the bottle. I don't know what I don't know. I just was like, maybe when it's on, it'll look like ice. I'm not really sure what I was thinking. I don't know, maybe if I had like a white, I could do little dots and it could look like it was snowing on my fingers or something. I did not realize how long my nails were until I finally got off all the black to repaint them. And I was like, man, they grew out really far. Because they were growing out and they were chipping, so I was just going over it again with black and just kind of recoating just so I wouldn't have to, you know, with the same color, because you can't really tell majority of the time. So I guess my nails were growing a lot in between those, and I just never really noticed. I was like, man, they got really long. So I'm a little bummed out because, ooh, excuse me. There's this, I know I talked about in an earlier video, that, my parents had made this base for a Christmas tree. And it's like a village and everything, and I'm not going to be able to get it this year, just mainly because someone has to watch both of my children for at least an hour so that me and my husband can go down there and pick it up from my mom's place. The only problem is, every time we find someone who's actually willing and able to watch the kids, we had a freaking snowstorm, and then my husband's been getting crazy overtime like every weekend, so every time we find like a day where it coincides and we finally find someone who can watch the kids, then he has to work overtime, and then it just doesn't work. So I'm pretty bummed out about that. I was so excited because I was gonna hot glue everything back together and I was gonna fix it up and maybe retouch some things and paint stuff. I love little village things. I'm kind of crazy. There's this like shoebox thing, right? I might show it to you maybe in a different video. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but okay, it sounds weird. I don't like to play with Barbies. I like to make Barbie clothes, and I like to make like Barbie houses and stuff. I know that sounds kind of weird, but somebody's got to do it, right? And I made like a Barbie log cabin type thing out of like a shoebox. I painted it like these dark wooded colors, and then I hot glued some leaves to the side to make it look like ivy was coming up, and there's like a little door and all this stuff, and then you kind of open it like a side shoebox because I cut it a certain way, and inside like there's these little shelves and stuff that I think there were like little boxes that I would get like a gift or makeup or something in, and then I would turn them into shelf units for the Barbies. So I like hot glued like a pile of wood together and like all this different stuff. There's like a little fireplace that's actually a tea candle light holder thing, but I'm pretending it's like a, you know, Barbie whatever. And I make like Barbie capes, and I've made Barbie shirts. I'm not really good with sleeves. I don't know what it is, but because like I want them to be fitted, but I'm not very good at like length. Sometimes they're like too long and they go over the Barbie's hands or something like that. But I would take, like I took Nora's Mulan that she had and this black Barbie guy, and I made them like rustic clothes and stuff. I kind of make it like a futuristic slash like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing where they have lots of knives and daggers and they're dressed like they live in the wilderness, but they also have like shotguns and stuff. Well, I guess they're more like wilderness people than anything. But anyway, yeah, I really enjoy doing that. I don't know why. I like making little things. And I guess it's just kind of fun because it's like a little world I can create, and then whenever I'm done, I just let Nora play with it. Like, there you go. Have fun. Sometimes I don't know play with a lot of some stuff though, because a lot of it can be picked off pretty easy, and you know there's only so much hot glue in the world, and I worry that oh my god, my dog just creeped me out. I don't know if you can see that. My dog is staring at me through the door. That is so creepy! I turned around and saw like a giant eyeball and I'm like, what the hell? You're creepy, Billy. They want to go out. I should probably take him outside. Well, anyway, I like to play with dolls. Ivan's really into Barbie stuff right now. He's so goofy. I love him. Which they have this dollhouse that they play with together. He mainly just likes it because it makes a lot of noises. Like, the doorbell rings and, like the showery noises, the toilet flushes. Doesn't like have any water, but you know, like it makes a noise. And, I think it's got like a washing machine thing, and it's pretty cute. I think I got it for Nora. No, I got it. I think my parents bought it for me. And then, I don't know why I held on to it. Maybe I had it in storage and I forgot about it. But anyway, I gave it to Nora, and so now she plays with it. So, yeah, I'm crazy. So if you're interested in that Barbie thing that I made, let me know, and maybe I'll do like a little video scanning what I do, but it's not like fantastical. I just, I made like a rustic looking cabin thing. Probably because I've been watching The Last Frontier, Alaska a lot lately, and I got really into like log cabins and stuff, and I would have lived in a log cabin, things like that. So if that sounds cool, let me know. If not, then I won't worry about it. Alright, bye!